Good morning everyone, it's Nicole from the Physio crew, and I've been on my drive up from Bristol today and I'm thinking about what I'm going to do my videos on, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about stress, because a lot of people don't realise that stress really affects the chemicals in our body. It releases cortisol and that can have an effect on pain. So if you have a physical trauma, we know that you're likely to feel more pain if you're feeling more stress, because you're less likely to be sleeping as well. Your cortisol levels are likely to be raised. So there's lots of strategies that we give you as a physio, not just for the actual injury itself and the structure itself, but also to look at the stress and whether there's things that we can do to modulate why the brain is getting that stress response and to see if we can change it. Now, I want to tell you a little story about myself, because I've had 2 instances of pain that was caused completely by stress, and it was quite a few years ago now, and one of the children, in fact both the children that I used to nanny for, both were diagnosed with cancer, and the first time, and I also lost my best friend to cancer, and the first time that happened, 2 weeks after the diagnosis of the first child, I started getting this neck problem. So it wasn't an immediate thing, and I just woke up and I thought I had a crooked neck, and as a physio I was like, okay fine, I've crooked my neck, it's just, you know, it's the time of year when it started to get a bit colder, I must have slept a bit awkwardly. And it was really excruciating, like it got locked, I had spasms, sternocleidomastoids, scalenes, upper trap, absolutely solid. And I just thought, okay, I've just got this problem, and so treated myself and got better, had some treatment from a colleague of mine, because it's very difficult to do sort of joint mobilizations on yourself. And then a bit later, I think it was about a year later, the second child was diagnosed with cancer, and again, no reaction immediately after, but 2 weeks after the diagnosis, almost to the day, I had exactly the same thing. And I started thinking back and I thought, I've had this before, like what am I doing? Because as a physio you constantly want to be a detective, you want to be working out exactly how you've done it so you can prevent it happening again. And I started to notice the pattern, and then when Charlie passed away it was the same, and but with that it didn't come as a neck pain, it came just as headaches and general achiness. And I started to look back at the pattern and I thought, gosh, that's really unusual that it happened that time. Now of course in patients I see it all of the time. Patients, I'll often see that their pain will be worse in times of stress. We know that people who are receiving, if they've got an insurance claim going on, that can increase the stress, so that can increase the pain. So as physios we're looking at strategies, so we're saying, right, okay, what can we do, what can we change to look at how the brain is perceiving the signal, the nociception, so that's the thing coming from the skin, and then also to look at what's going on in their life. Is there an anniversary of someone who's just passed away? Are they having to care for somebody else? Are they actually quite elderly and feeling vulnerable because they can't look after their partner? So there's all these things that play into the effect. So I just wanted to let you know that absolutely you can get pain with no physical injury whatsoever, just from stress. I've got experience of it myself, and the funny thing is, guys, it's not to do with your personality at all. Like, people think that people who are experiencing intense levels of pain with no physical trauma, like I did after I found that those 2 children had cancer, they think that it's a brain, like a personality thing, and it's absolutely not. It's all to do with the chemicals. So when you come in for physio, what we do is we break down those things and we say, right, okay, what's going on in your life? If you've lost a loved one and you're grieving, are you getting help for it? Men are the worst for it about talking to people, and I know that there's a big stigma, but that needs to change, because we need to help people so that you can live fulfilled life, so that you can have good quality of life. So that's really, really important, and hopefully as a physio we can support you and we can direct you to the right places. But it is important if you're feeling low. It was Mental Health Awareness Day, I think, yesterday, and it's Back Care Awareness this week as well, but the Mental Health Awareness Week is really important, because a lot of people just cope, particularly young men, they just cope and keep going, but it's so important that we're supportive and that we take help if we need it, because if we aren't looking after ourselves, we can't look after the people around us, and we can't live the lives that we want to live. So anyway, I hope that's been helpful for you. I'll catch you later. I need to get into the pool. In fact, Adam, you're watching. Hi, so I just saw you there. I'll see you in the pool in a few minutes. All right, take care. Bye bye.